there seems to be some working relationship between the clerk and the NDC part of the committee, and so much that they seem to have foreknowledge of what is going to happen at every material time. And so on the day in question, right, when they were supposed to vet a certain number of people, 3, I'm told, and then this had been increased and increased and added on, I think they were getting on to 7. And if it gets to a point, and a group, if we're working in good faith, and you say that, okay, well, we have vetted, it's not as if we don't want to vet, we have vetted so many number of people today. Can we do this tomorrow? How that become an issue to fight about. And so subsequently, you blame the person who says, we're tired, let's do it tomorrow. I don't get it. So it's more or less that we're all pretending and trying to blame Ahiagbah and the MPP, apparently because what? They are easy prey? Doesn't make sense to me. That's where the issue is. The issue is not in...
But this clerk we're talking about...
No, I'm not interested. Let's not even talk about the clerk.
It's not the first time
I'm fine.
There's been some miscommunication from her office.
Yeah.
In fact, from Ahiagbah's account, there's been times where she's giving some communication where the chairman was not in the known, and he, the ranking member, was also not in the known.
Right.
So it would be unfair to her person to say that she, seemed to be in some cohort relationship.
Well, I mean, I'm just making the point that if you see, the NDC appears to know that we schedule so-and-so, that's what we want to do. And MPP said, no, this is what you brought, and we have done that, and we have indulged you to do 1, 2, 3 more, right? So we don't want to carry on ad nauseum. And you said, that's what you want to do. You understand? I'm not interested so much in the history of the clerk, okay? But I'm just saying that what happened, if you forget everything else, okay, and just look on the table, the idea that the MPP side on the committee says, we're tired, and this was around 10.
Yeah, but to be fair to Ahiagbah, it's based on the history that you are not interested in that made him react that way to the clerk. Because he had history...
hold on. So
on his table,
I'm coming.
Both from the time when he was majority.
That's okay. Allow me to flow. The point I'm trying to make is that let's go to the cause of the matter. That's what the matter should, of the whole thing. So the subsequent dealings with
just
speakers...
information before you carry on. I don't know where Ahiagbah is talking about having history with the clerk when he was majority leader. Well, Ahiagbah became majority leader just about a year ago. We had no vetting of any... We had then vetted...
I think he was referring to the judges. The judges that were brought up for vetting.
Yes, and reports that were supposed to be presented.
And also...
So that committee has a problem. And the problem it had, which led to that happening, we needed to look at where that thing came from. And I'm telling you fairly and squarely that the NDC's insistence on that day that we must vet these individuals was what occasioned that chaos. It had nothing to do with Ahiagbah. It had nothing to do with the MPP. And so if we sit and we're having that conversation, we should get there. Let's forget about the fancy things that Speaker has done, the legality of it or the lack of it thereof. That's a secondary matter. The NDC must be looked fairly in the face and told that this you did, you are the cause of this thing. That's really what happened.
Was it a case where none of them was informed? Either of the parties were informed that Akando and Ablakwa were coming. So they were all surprised. Is that the case?
So the point...
or they knew they were coming.
You are taking me to a place...
To say, oh, we're tired. Let's make it
tomorrow. But the point is not even that.
Did they know they were coming?
No, but whether they know or they don't know, that's not the matter.
No,
the matter, oh no, Annie, please, no. Please, I beg you. Whose responsibility was it to communicate to Ablakwa that, the times have changed, right? And that they could not vet them at that time. 10 p.m. I'm talking about. It's not as if it was 5 p.m. or even 4 p.m. 10 p.m. I mean, what kind of reasonableness are you looking for now you can't find in that situation that let's stop and continue tomorrow? What's going to break? You understand? So if you are a committee dedicated to working in good faith, that time is not when you insist. Yes, if everybody on the committee is agreeable and say, well, let's carry on, you can do that. But where there's a reasonable objection from a section or a group of the people on the committee saying that we have come full length and we don't want to continue, you ought to understand that. You don't become belligerent and then determine that you want to do it. And watch for that situation to degenerate into what it degenerated to. The MPP group was just opposing to say that we have had enough.
Is that how to oppose?
The responsibility, the chair was supposed to have recognized that concern and call the committee to order and say, look, we carry on tomorrow. After all, what happened? When the majority leader came, what happened? That reasonableness prevailed. Hence the closure. But meanwhile, at the time he came in to intervene, the worst had happened. You understand? So the NDC caused this. They have about them. Oh, yeah. The members, you know what I'm talking about.
The NDC caused the confusion.
The NDC members on the committee, they led to this. My good brother, no, please. My good brother, Roxon, who is the whip, okay, were out there fueling the whole thing. Am I?
Fueling what?
Fueling all that happened. So if you ask
what happened?
The chaos. I mean, you're asking me what happened. I mean, stop asking me those questions if you don't know what's happening. The point I am making to you here is this, that the MPP people on the committee says that we have come a full day, we don't want to continue. And you want to be reasonable. You are the chair, okay, on the program. And you say, no, we want to continue. What are you going to do? You're going to say that, okay, you put it to a vote, right? And you have the majority on the committee. But you didn't get a chance to do that. And you saw that this thing was veering off.
How did he not get the chance to put it to vote?
I'm saying that you did not get the chance.
Who made it impossible for him to do that?
Hold on. Well, I mean, if you see there,
who made it impossible for him to do that?
What I'm saying, listen. You are going to focus on the tangentials to make a point.
No.
I am saying that the principal motion before the committee at the time, when they were inviting Akando to come, Honorable Akando to come in, was by the MP people to say that we think that we have come full length, and so therefore let's carry on another day. How unreasonable is that?
No,
you understand? So the point I'm saying is that
they were reasonable in what they were requesting for.
You don't have a question,
they were not reasonable.
Annie, hold on. You don't have a question. Interjecting is not okay.
No, I'm not. I'm asking a question.
No.
You will allow me.
No,
Richard, you will allow me.
When Marcidia is talking,
no, Annie. My question is, how did
because I am not jumping on the bandwagon and blaming Afenyo, you are questioning me. I'm just saying that. Please. When he was busy blaming Afenyo, you were here quiet. You were quiet. Allow me to make the point.
I have been very fair to Afenyo anyway.
Anyway, just hold on.
You were rather being unfair to him. No. And she's trying to draw your attention to circumstances that led to a sudden outburst.
No, I'm saying
so you were rather being unfair to Afenyo.
What I am saying to you is that what caused the matter is what I'm interested in. The reaction of people following what had triggered the thing is secondary. If you focus on that, you argue endlessly. If when they said that we're tired and a committee working in good faith, the reasonable thing to do at 10 p.m. in the night was to say, yeah, we'll take them tomorrow. So if the clerk had not informed these individuals, you take the proper step to let them know that for some reason we are off schedule and so we'll come back tomorrow. Nothing will break. If that had happened, the reasonableness that we are all seeking, that, let Parliament is this, Parliament is that, nobody should do anything that affect the integrity and the good name of Parliament and all of that. If this was to be preserved, if this image was to be promoted, it started from when the chair of the committee had the opportunity to be reasonable and say, look, it's 10 p.m., we can't carry on. That's where the matter is, and that's where it ends. Any other thing we're discussing is only for us to score political points. If we deal with the cause of the matter...
You will be very unfair to just start the matter from where the chairman was supposed to have called for maybe reasonability. Let's vote, let's do something, when he had the opportunity. It got to a point where he did not even have a voice to speak because of the noise that was coming. You can't end it at where he probably failed to call for a vote.
I'm saying that.
What
I'm not
happened
even,
to
I'm
the
not even
minority
interested.
side when they decided to abuse the privileges they had and decided to go the way they had to go when they knew they had options of trying to put something on the table? Okay, let's discuss this and get to a certain level so that we all agree.
You know,
you can't end it only at the chairman's level. That's unfair.
Hold on. I'm at a loss when we just want to argue in this country. I'm saying that a situation is before you. A group of people vetting, they have vetted over and above the number they were scheduled to vet for the day. Okay, forget about other clerical stuff that needed to be taken care of to inform my brother Blackwell and Honorable Kando. Forget about the clerical stuff. But saying that, having come to that moment where we say that we are closing, even for what was on the business for us, as far as the committee knows, we have gone over and above that. And sitting around the table, we are supposed to be people who are interested in reasonableness. And then a group says that, look, we've done a business for the day. We think we have been productive. At 10 p.m., let's call it a day. If reason doesn't prevail at that point, and then things escalate.
Then chaos should.
And then chaos ensued. And you are saying that the problem happened when there is chaos? The problem actually was birthed when reasonableness did not prevail, when we're saying that at 10 p.m. we should close for the day.
Because nobody listened to you.
The group that says let's close did not start throwing things to reflect that we are tired. Before they said let's close because we're tired, they didn't start just throwing stuff. They verbalized it. They appealed for it. And people on the NDC says, oh, if you're tired, go home. If you're tired, go home. That response from them, you saw it. You saw that.
I saw some response.
Yes, they were saying that if you're tired, go home. Who will do it? And because if they are tired and they go, then they will do it. And they have made a principled position to say that we will not boycott anything. We want to be part of it. In fact, from the beginning of all these vetting processes, they have endorsed the majority. They have been available. They have bent over backwards to ensure that the processes worked.
They've bent over backwards?
Yes, of course. They were supposed to. They vetted on Monday. The initial vetting, they vetted on Monday. They went overboard, to try to make sure that the MPs and the ministers were vetted appropriately. So they were cooperating. They are working. They are willing to work.
But that's what he was trying to say, that at committee level, sometimes you overlook the party.
That's fine. I mean, that's okay.
So
that's good.
Then we can
that's
move
very
on
good. That's very good. But the question then is, why on that day was consensus not a reasonable thing to achieve? Why did the NDC people not see that these people have agreed with us? They vet Monday, they come, they do this, they do that. And just say that, let's do it tomorrow. What would happen, really? What would happen? Ahiagbah Brakwa is a capable person who can be vetted 20 hours if he wants to. He's capable. Even on his Twitter wall, he says that if they want more, he will come. So there isn't anything for him to hide. I actually, at some point, felt that we're being unfair to him to try to create a situation that appears as if they want to shove him in. You understand? He is capable. Sam George is capable. Yeah, absolutely. These are people who can stand on their own 2 feet and then take any hit that comes. So all the committee chair and the NDC members of the committee would have done is to be reasonable. When people said enough, not at 6 o'clock, not at time when they should be working, at 10 p.m. I mean, this is where the matter is.
So with all you're saying,
this is where the matter is.
Are you justifying all that happened?
I'm not. I haven't talked about what happened. I'm talking about what created what has happened. And that's where the matter is. If you go there, all of these things, you hand it to the NDC and say, never repeat this again. Next time there are issues at committee, be reasonable and deal with it, and we'll not have all these things arising.